morning students. Myself Gauri Deshpande. From today onwards I am going to teach you the subject that is engineering chemistry. Now your subject is totally having 150 marks weightage. Out of them 100 marks is for the theory and 50 marks is for the practical. This 100 marks theory is also divided into two parts, 80 plus 20. This 20 marks is for the internal theory marks, means whatever the unit test you have to given during the session, their average is out of 20. So this can be given from our institution, and this 80 marks theory papers you have to given, and this is from the university exam. This is 80 marks weightage is for the university exam. Okay. Now for the practical there is a 50 marks weightage. Okay. Out of this 50, 25 for your 25 marks is given from internal side, that is from your manual, your attendance, your performance based, this 25 marks, and remaining 25 marks is for your external practical examination that can be conducted after the session. In this way, total 150 marks weightage is given to your subject, that is engineering chemistry. This subject is belong to group B. Now, what we have to study under this subject, we have to study these 5 units. Okay. Now the first unit is water treatment and analysis. Second one is corrosion and energy storage system. Third one is engineering material. Fourth one is engineering sciences. Fifth one is the polymer chemistry, and the sixth one is phase rule and spectrometric techniques. Okay. What we have to study in the water treatment and analysis? What we have to study in water treatment and analysis? Here we study the importance of water, then which type of impurities present in the water, okay, then how we can remove that impurity, how we can purify the water, how we can remove their hardness, okay, and then their use in the various sectors that we have to study under this topic, that is water treatment and analysis. Now the next one is corrosion and energy storage system. What we have to study under this topic? So what is the meaning of corrosion? What is their side effect? How does we remove all the corrosions? How will we prevent the corrosion? Then energy storage system. Then various types of battery, their functioning, their construction, that all can study here. Next one is engineering material. Which are the engineering material? Some are the cement, then lubricant, then refractories, all the materials which can be used in the construction work, their properties, their utility, all can be studied under this topic, that is engineering material. Next one is the energy sciences. Here we have to study different types of fuel, that is solid, liquid, gases, natural fuel, some are the man-made or artificial fuel, all can be studied under this topic, that is energy sciences. Next is polymer chemistry. This is your favorite unit because all the topics include in the polymer chemistry that can be you previously studied in the 12th standard. So in the polymer chemistry, you have to study various type of polymerization, various examples of polymer, their utility, their property, all study in this polymer chemistry. And last one is the phase rule and spectrometric technique. This is quite difficult topic and different topic that up to this time you cannot be study all any single point in this topic. So we all study this under the heading engineering chemistry. So student, from today we are going to start water treatment and analysis. We are going to start water treatment and analysis. See, water is one of the very, very important components. Without that, life is impossible, that all we know. Even for the growth of plant, even for the growth of animal, even for the development of industries, all where we require the water. All where we require the water. Without water, Life is not possible. Without water, development is not possible, because in every single industrial sector we need the water. Sorry. Then every single sector we need the water. So it is one of the important component for us. And all of you know very well, water is used as a universal solvent. It is used as a natural cooling agent. Okay, so it having wide variety of scope and applications, that is for the water. Now we are going to study sources of water. Which are the sources of water? There is a variety of sources of water. Where we get the water? Actually, there is one natural process that is called as natural distillation process. What happened? It starts from the sea. First of all, sea water, due to sunlight, sea water get vaporizes, get converted into vapors. Sea water get converted into vapor. Then this vapor can form a cloud. It form a cloud. That cloud become cool down and form a rainwater. Get converted into rain. Rainwater then goes into the river. It goes into the river, and finally river water come back into the sea water. In this way, one of the major source of water on earth, it is a sea water, because nearly 71% of the area on earth covered with the water, and that is nothing but the sea water or the ocean water. So sea water get vaporizes due to sunlight. It form the vapors. Vapors form a cloud. It will become cool down and form a rain. Rain forms a river or mix in the river water, and finally river water come back into the sea water. So this is a natural source of water, that is sea water. But there are varieties of the sources. We cannot use the sea water. Because it is highly impurest form of the water. Then which are the sources of water that can be used in a day-to-day life? That sources are, first one is the rainwater, second one is a surface water, third source of water is a groundwater. Actually, this groundwater is called as underground water. This is called as underground water. See, the first one is the rainwater. Rainwater is one of the major source of water. From where we get the water? It is obtained from the, or we get it from the rainwater. आपण हे कुठून मिळवतो आहे? तर रेनवॉटर पासून आपण हे मिळवतो आहे. तर काय होतं? Whenever the rainwater comes down, it can mix with, rainwater can mix with the various gases present in the atmosphere. Which type of gases present in the atmosphere? Carbon dioxide gas, oxygen gas, nitrogen dioxide gas, okay, then ammonia gas, and there's lots of gases which is present in the atmosphere that get mixed in the rainwater, and the quality of rainwater become reduced, or it will become very, very impure, and then such a rainwater come down on the surface of earth. Then various salts which is present in the soil that also get mixed in the rainwater, and this rainwater get polluted. Okay, so this is about the rainwater. Then second source of water is a surface water. Second source of water is a surface water. Then surface water include three types of sources. First one is sea water. Second one is river water. water are of three types: sea water, river water and lake water. When we are talking about the sea water, it is very impure because all the rivers can carry, सगळ्या नद्या काय करतात, जे पण इम्प्युरिटी असतं प्रवाहासोबत कॅरी करतात आणि सगळ्यात शेवटी ते पाणी समुद्राच्या पाण्यासोबत मिक्स होती आहे. म्हणजे सगळ्या प्रकारच्या इम्प्युरिटी या एका ठिकाणी जमा होऊन राहिलेल्या आहे आणि त्या कुठे जमा होत आहे, सी वॉटरमध्ये. त्यामुळे सगळ्यात इम्प्युअर फॉर्म ऑफ वॉटर कोणतं असेल तर सी वॉटर इज द इम्प्युअरेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ द वॉटर. ओके, and it contain lots of impurities, so this water become very salty. It will become very salty. Second one is the river water. River water is quite less impure than that of the sea water. सी वाटर से थोड़ा कम इम्प्योर रहता है रिवर वॉटर. और रिवर वॉटर में क्या होता है, काय होते रिवर वॉटर मध्ये, याला प्रवाह असतो. हे प्रवाहित असते, नेहमी फ्लो होत राहतं. त्यामुळे whatever the oxygen present in the atmosphere that also get mixed up with the river water or the flow of water. So it will get oxygenated, and oxygenated water is very good for health or for every purpose. So river water is pure form of, quite pure form of water, quite pure, but still it contains so many impurities. River water also contains so many impurities. It contains clay, mud, various salt, various dissolved gases. Because atmosphere contains lots of gases. Okay, it does not contain only oxygen, it also contains carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, hydrogen sulfide. So all these gases can mix with the river water, not only oxygen. So river water also contains so many impurities. Also it contains biological impurities, organic impurities, industrial waste also mix in the river water. So river water also get polluted because of this waste. So this is about the river water, and last one is the lake water. The composition of lake water is quite constant. Because whatever the composition or the constituent mix in the river water, that will be changed from place to place. नदी जिथे तिथे वाहत राहील तिथे तिथे तशा प्रकारच्या इम्प्युरिटी त्याच्यामध्ये ऍड होत राहणार आहे. पण लेक वॉटरला प्रवाह नसतो, इट इज स्टेडी फॉर्म ऑफ द वॉटर. त्यामुळे याचं कंपोजिशन पण कसं राहील, हे स्टेडी राहील. याच्यात कुठले कॉन्स्टिट्युएंट मिक्स होणार आहे ते पण ठरलेले राहतील. काही ॲडिशनल कुठलेही कॉन्स्टिट्युएंट याच्यात ऍड होणार नाही. याच्यात फक्त बाकीच्या कंपॅरिझननी ऑर्गॅनिक इम्प्युरिटीज खूप जास्त असतात, कारण की याला प्रवाह नसतो. प्रवाह नसल्यामुळे ऑक्सिजन जास्त मिक्स होत नाही याच्यामध्ये. शिवाय याचा प्रवाह लेक वॉटर किंवा आपण डॅम वॉटर म्हणतो, त्याचा प्रवाह एका ठिकाणी थांबलेला असल्यामुळे त्याच्यामध्ये जे कोणते फिश वगैरे असतात किंवा ॲक्वेटिक प्लांट्स असतात ते तिथेच जगतात, तिथेच त्यांचे जन्मग्रहण, तिथेच त्यांचे एक्सक्रिशन प्रोसेस, तिथेच त्यांचं डिकम्पोजन, मरण, तर ते सगळे केमिकल कॉन्स्टिट्युएंट त्या पाण्यामध्ये मिक्स होत राहतात. त्यामुळे लेक वॉटर इज कंटेन more organic impurities. Okay, so this is about the surface water. Then last source of water is a groundwater. Actually this is underground water. Whenever rainwater come down on the surface of earth or the soil is porous. It is porous. So due to the pores, all the water gets soaked into the soil. As it can soak into the soil, the impurity get filter off due to natural filtration process. That is sand bed. माहिती आहे ना, मातीची वेगवेगळी लेयर सॉइल मध्ये असते आणि जेव्हा पाणी याच्यातनं पर्क्युलेट होत जाईल तर पाण्यामध्ये असलेल्या इम्प्युरिटीज या इथे सरफेसवरच जमा होतील, कारण की त्याची साईज जास्त नाही आणि बाकीचं जे पाणी आहे ते खाली झिरपत जमिनीपर्यंत पोहोचेल. येता लक्षात सगळ्यांच्या? So this is about the underground water. But this underground water is get more pure because of the natural filtration process through sand bed. But various salt which is present in the soil that get mixed up in this water. So it will be more hard. Underground water, जसं सगळ्यांच्या घरी बोरिंग असतं बरोबर आहे किंवा विहिरी असतात, त्याचं पाणी हे जास्त हार्ड असतं. म्हणजे त्याच्यामध्ये जास्त सॉल्ट मिक्स असतात, त्यामुळे ते पाणी कसं असतं, जास्त हार्ड असतं. तर त्यामुळे अंडरग्राउंड वॉटर इज क्वाइट हार्ड दॅन दॅट ऑफ अनदर फॉर्म्स ऑफ द वॉटर. तर अंडरग्राउंड वॉटरचे एक्झाम्पल म्हणजे आपण म्हणूया स्प्रिंग्स, म्हणजे जे पाण्याचे झरे वगैरे असतात ते अंडरग्राउंड वॉटरचं एक्झाम्पल झालं, किंवा विहीर. ठीक आहे. ह्या पाण्यामध्ये काय असतं, सल्फर आणि बोरेक्सचं प्रमाण जास्त असतं, त्यामुळे मेडिसिनल प्रॉपर्टी पण या पाण्याला खूप असतात. याचं एक्झाम्पल तुम्हाला सांगायचं झालं तर पहा, आपण परतवाडा अमरावती रोडवरती अष्टमा सिद्धी म्हणून लागतं. त्या अष्टमा सिद्धीला एक विहीर आहे. त्या विहिरीतल्या पाण्यात आंघोळ केली तर स्किनचे सगळे डिसीज जातात असं म्हणतात, पण असं काही काय चमत्कारी कसे काय नाही. मग काय आहे तर त्या पाण्यामध्ये बोरेक्स किंवा सल्फरचं प्रमाण, गंधाचं प्रमाण जास्त, गंधकाचं प्रमाण त्याच्यात जास्त असतं, म्हणून ते ट्रीट होतात. येतं लक्षात. तर अशा पद्धतीच्या काही गोष्टी असतात. तर एवढे व्हॅल्यू या अंडरग्राउंड वॉटरला इथे आपण देतो आहे किंवा असते. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द सोर्सेस ऑफ वॉटर. नाउ वी हॅव टू स्टडी द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. Next point is as all the type of water contain some impurities, so which are that common impurities present in water that we have to study here. कोणत्या प्रकारचे इम्प्युरिटी पाण्यामध्ये प्रेझेंट असतात हे आपल्याला माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे, कारण की इम्प्युरिटी कुठल्या प्रकारची ही माहित असेल तरच ती कशा पद्धतीने काढायची हे आपण ठरवू शकतो. सो फर्स्ट वी हॅव टू स्टडी विच आर द कॉमन इम्प्युरिटीज प्रेझेंट इन द वॉटर. सो फर्स्ट इज सस्पेंडेड इम्प्युरिटी. First impurity is suspended impurity. Second one is dissolved impurity. Dissolved impurities. Third one is suspended impurity, dissolved impurity, colloidal. Colloidal impurities. And fourth one is biological impurities. These are some common impurities which is present in the water. First one is suspended impurities. Suspended impurities means such a substance which can get suspended in the water or float on the surface of water. That impurity is called as suspended impurity. What does it include? It include mud, it include algae, it include biological impurities. Okay, so all these impurities is called as suspended impurity. Now next one is dissolved impurity. Dissolved impurities are of two types. First one is dissolved gases. First one is dissolved gases and second one is dissolved salt, inorganic salt. Okay, so dissolved impurities are of two types, dissolved gases and dissolved salt. Dissolved gases means what? So it include oxygen. It include dissolved gases include oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, then nitrogen oxide. The value of O can be varied. It may be nitrous oxide or nitrogen dioxide. Okay. So NOx, H2S, etc. Whenever water get floated, then or there is a flow of water, different types of gases mix in that water. So it will comes under the heading dissolved impurity. It will comes under the heading dissolved impurity. And next is the dissolved salt. As water is flow on the surface of earth crust contain different salt. It contains a salt of calcium, magnesium, present as a dissolved impurity. So nitrate, chloride, sulfate of calcium, magnesium, also carbonate, I am extremely sorry, carbonate and bicarbonate So nitrates, chloride, sulfate, carbonate, bicarbonates of calcium, magnesium, iron, also some heavy metals that is dissolved in the water. So this is work as a impurity because it increases the hardness of water. Okay, it increases the hardness of water and causes some it will causes some, त्याच्यामुळे काय होते, काही ना काही अडचणी तयार होतात, कुठल्या ना कुठले इश्यूज तयार होतात. सपोज कॅल्शियमचाच इंटेक तुमच्या बॉडीमध्ये वाढला तर त्याच्यामुळे तुम्हाला किडनी स्टोन वगैरे होण्याचं चान्सेस वाढतात. ठीक आहे, तेच जर असं हेवी वॉटर असेल किंवा असं हार्ड वॉटर असेल आणि जर तुम्ही कुठल्या इंडस्ट्रियल यूजसाठी जरी याचा वापर करताय तर त्याचे पण खूप सारे डिसएडव्हान्टेजेस आपल्याला या युनिटमध्ये बघायचेच आहे. तर त्याचे पण खूप सारे डिसएडव्हान्टेजेस दिसून येतात. त्यामुळे हे पाणी पिण्यायोग्य नसते, वापरण्यायोग्य नसते. त्याच्यामध्ये एवढे हेवी गॅसेस किंवा एवढे जास्त गॅसेस आणि हेवी सॉल्ट डिझॉल्व असणं बरोबर नाही. सो this is all about the dissolved impurity which is present in the water. Then next is the colloidal impurity. Actually the size of colloidal impurity is very small, that is nearly 4 to 10 millimeter. The size of colloidal impurity is very less, that is 4 to 10 millimeter, so it cannot be easily removed. Colloidal impurity cannot be easily removed by natural filtration process. So colloidal impurity is very quite dangerous and it is not easy to remove. Next one is the biological impurity. As we know, whatever the things we do in our day-to-day life, due to that lots of biological impurities is mixed in a river water. There is no proper drainage system. We can send all the animals in the river directly, so they can do lots of things there. So many biological impurities are mixed in a sources of various sources of water. Or if we are talking about the lake water, whatever the fish or the aquatic fish or aquatic plants or aquatic animals present in the water that spend their whole life in that water, so they can die on the same place. So due to their decomposition, some organic matter also mix in the water, that also comes under the biological impurity. ठीक आहे ना. अशा पद्धतीने कुठल्याही प्रकारचे फिश किंवा ॲक्वॅटिक प्लांट्स जर तिथेच जगतात आहे, तिथेच मरतात आहे, तर त्यांचं जेव्हा डिकम्पोजिशन होतं, डिकम्पोजिशन झाल्यानंतर ते सिम्पलर ऑर्गॅनिक सबस्टन्स आहे ते पण त्या पाण्यामध्ये मिक्स होऊन आले, म्हणजे त्याला पण आपण काय म्हणू, बायोलॉजिकल इम्प्युरिटीज म्हणूया. ठीक आहे. आणि वेगवेगळे जे ॲनिमल्स असतात ते पण आपण चरायला पाण्यात डायरेक्ट रिव्हरमध्ये वगैरे पाठवतो, त्यामुळे तिथे पण वेगवेगळे इम्प्युरिटीज मिक्स होतात आहे. शिवाय घराची आपली प्रॉपर ड्रेनेज सिस्टीम नसल्यामुळे ते पण पाणी सीवेज वॉटर वगैरे पण कधी कधी रिव्हर वॉटर, लेक वॉटर किंवा बाकीच्या पाण्यामध्ये मिक्स होऊन राहिलेलं आहे. सो ऑल दीज आर द comes under biological impurities and all these are the common impurity present in the water. I think you will understand all the topic very well. Today we see the two topics, that is sources of water, second is common impurities present in the water. Now the next one is hardness of water. Next one is hardness of water. Next topic is the hardness of water. Next one is the hardness of water. What is hardness of water? Hardness of water. There are two types of water. Soft water as well as hard water. What is hard water? lots of salt mixed in the water and it increases the minerals present in the water, then whatever the water you get, that is called as hard water. जेव्हा पाण्यामध्ये वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारच्या इनऑर्गॅनिक सॉल्टचं प्रमाण वाढतं, मिनरल्सचं प्रमाण वाढतं, अपेक्षेपेक्षा वाढतं, एक क्वांटिटी आपल्याला डिसाईड करून दिलेली आहे, त्या क्वांटिटीपेक्षा जर का मिनरल्सचं प्रमाण जर पाण्यात वाढत असेल तेव्हा त्या पाण्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, हार्ड वॉटर. ओके. अँड इफ the minerals present in the water that can be very less amount, then that water is called as soft water. But how we will judge the hardness of water? मग आपण हे हार्ड वॉटर आहे एखादं पाणी किंवा सॉफ्ट वॉटर आहे हे कशावरून जज करायचं आपल्याला? तर हे जज करायसाठी एक सिंपल टेस्ट आहे आपल्याजवळ. कोणती? तर सोप टेस्ट. सोप म्हणजे तुमच्याकडे जे साबण असतं, you can mix that soap in the water. If after mixing that soap in the water it will form a leather, जर का तो फेस तयार करत असेल तर आपण त्या पाण्याला सॉफ्ट वॉटर म्हणतो. पण जर तो फेस तयार न करता चिकट कर्ड दह्यासारखा चिकट सबस्टन्स तयार करत असेल त्याला आपण स्कम म्हणतो. तर अशा पाण्याला आपण म्हणतो हार्ड वॉटर. अशा पाण्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, हार्ड वॉटर म्हणतो. सो व्हॉट इज हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर? मग हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर म्हणजे काय? इट इज नथिंग बट द सोप कन्झ्युमिंग कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ वॉटर. सोप कन्झ्युमिंग कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ वॉटर इज कॉल्ड ॲज हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर. जर तुम्ही पाणी घेतलं त्याच्यात साबण मिक्स करायचा प्रयत्न केला, खूपच करून राहिले पण लेदर काही तयारच होत नाहीये, तर काय होईल, तुमचं सोप काय होईल, वेस्ट होत जाईल. ठीक आहे, तो काही लेदर तयार करून नाही राहिला, त्याच्याऐवजी दह्यासारखा स्कम सबस्टन्स तो तयार करून राहिलेला आहे. ठीक आहे, मग जर असं होत असेल तर मग याला आपण काय म्हणतो, दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर. सो सोप कन्झ्युमिंग कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ वॉटर इज कॉल्ड ॲज हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर. सो स्टुडंट, फर्स्ट वी सी द रिॲक्शन ऑफ हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर. व्हॉट इज सोप? सोप म्हणजे काय, साबण तयार कसं काय होतं? तर तुम्हाला फॅटी ऍसिड्स माहिती असेल, तुम्ही याच्या अगोदर शिकले असाल. कोणते फॅटी ऍसिड्स तुम्हाला माहिती आहे? स्टेरिक ऍसिड, पाल्मॅटिक ऍसिड, ओलॅइक ऍसिड, ऑल दीज आर द हेवी फॅटी ऍसिड्स. सो वन ऑफ द एक्झाम्पल वी सी हियर, दॅट इज स्टेरिक ऍसिड, C17H35COOH. This is what? This is a molecular formula of stearic acid. Whenever we can mix sodium hydroxide or we react sodium hydroxide with this stearic acid, then you get compound, that is instead of H there is Na, and this is called as sodium stearate. This is called as sodium stearate. Sodium stearate. Sodium stearate. And here this sodium stearate is nothing but the soap. This is nothing but the soap. Now this soap react with the water. When it react with the water, it will easily form C17H35COO negative ion plus an A positive ion. Okay, and these ions are responsible for the formation of leather. It will form the leather. But when it react with the water. But if your water contain lots of salt, example is calcium chloride. Sorry. If your water contain a salt, example is calcium chloride, then what happen? Instead of forming such a ion, it will form a curd-like substance, that is C17H35COO by 2Ca. COO by 2Ca plus twice NaCl. whatever the substance here formed, that is calcium stearate, it named as calcium stearate. Calcium stearate. This calcium stearate is nothing but the sticky curd-like substance called as scum. हा कसा असतो? स्टिकी असतो, कर्ड दह्यासारखा असतो आणि यालाच आपण म्हणतो स्कम. यालाच काय म्हणतो आपण? स्कम म्हणत असतो. ठीक आहे. आता आपण पाहून राहिलेलो आहे टॉपिक कोणता? हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर. व्हॉट इज हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर? सोप कंझ्युमिंग कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ वॉटर इज कॉल्ड एज हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर. Okay, means soap means sodium stearate when mixed with the water, it does not form the ions because water contain lots of salts like calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, iron chloride, okay, or calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, calcium bicarbonate. So water contain this much salt. So instead of forming ions, these soap react with this salt and form a substance like calcium stearate, magnesium stearate. And this calcium or magnesium stearate is nothing but the curd-like sticky substance that is scum. Curd-like sticky substance that is scum. And this scum is dangerous for everything. If you can wash your cloth in such a water, it forms some काय तयार होते ते त्या ठिकाणी डाग तयार होतात, कारण की हे त्या कपड्यांच्या पोर्स मध्ये जाऊन डिपॉझिट होतं स्कम आणि त्याच्यामुळे डाग तयार होतात कपड्यांवरती. सो जर हार्ड वॉटर तुम्ही धुण्यासाठी वापरताय तर ते कामाचं राहणार नाही. ओके. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट आवर टुडेज लेक्चर. And we study here 3 topics, that is sources of water, common impurities present in the water and hardness of water. So next we will be continuing our next lecture. Thank you.